I'm being lazy. Yeah. Never work harder than you have to. So, with that said, let's dive into the Chapter 5 homework. Answer any questions you guys have on that. Good enough? I think there's a few because people were asking me before class. Who would like to start? Oh, good. I'll start. So, let's tackle, there's a couple of exercises and then there's one big problem. I think we might just tackle the problem. How does that sound? I have to find the page for 5.4a. 143, you said. Okay, so, can somebody read the problem for us? Oh, hang on. Okay, so there's a creative design. There's a trial balance for the firm on the first month of operations as shown on the bottom of page 146. Then they want us to complete the worksheet, right? So let's set this up. How do I start? What? Well, I need a trial balance, right?
Yes.
Excellent. So even the worksheet has the who, what, and when at the top.
Yeah.
So we've got the who, what, and when. I'm not going to write it all out. But would somebody be kind enough to read the accounts from the trial balance for me? First one is cash.
Cash, accounts receivable,
Accounts receivable.
supplies,
Supplies.
prepaid advertising, prepaid rent,
Prepaid, PD rent,
equipment,
equipment,
accumulated depreciation equipment, accounts payable, capital,
capital.
drawing, fees income,
Hang on. Go ahead.
advertising expense,
Go ahead.
depreciation expense for equipment,
I'm sorry. Oh, depreciation,
rent expense,
rent,
salary, supplies, utilities.
Thank you. Okay, balances. How much cash do I have?
35.
Debit or credit? Debit. Let's hope it's a debit, right? 35,000. What?
55.5.
35,500. Okay, how much accounts receivable do we have? 12,600 debit. Supplies? 7750 debit. Prepaid advertising? 81? 84. Prepaid rent? 19,000. Equipment? 21,600. Accumulated depreciation?
Credit 15,500. Oh, sorry.
Zero?
Zero.
Okay, zero. Accounts payable?
That's credit 15,500.
15,550. Okay. Capital?
60,000.
60,000. Draw?
7,000 debit.
Fees income?
47,600 credit.
Advertising expense?
Zero.
Zero?
Yeah.
Okay. Depreciation, 0. Rent, 0. Fun. Salaries, 9,700. Supplies, 0. Utilities. So out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 expense accounts, we only have 2 with balances. Does it tell us what the totals are, just so we...
123, 150.
Double underline, totals. Okay, good? Questions so far? Okay. Complete the worksheet. So post the adjusting entries. Use 3 for the page number. What are the adjusting entries? Does it tell us somewhere? Oh, end of the month adjustments must be for the following account items. Supplies were purchased on January 1, 2013. Inventory supplies on hand at January 31 was $1,100. So I need an adjustments column, correct? So supplies, I have $7,750 on hand at the beginning of the month. My ending balance is $1,100, correct? 1,100. So what's the difference? 6,650. So I have to do what to this balance to get it to go there? I have a debit, I have to credit it to get it to go down. 6,650. So I'm going to have a remaining balance of 1,100. I'm just going to write it in now because I can do that.
Would you put A in?
Excellent. A. Where's the other side of that entry? Here's a credit. Where's my debit? Down below in supplies expense, correct? So I need to get down here on my knee again. A, 6,650. My debits equal my credits. I'm in good shape. Okay, adjustment 1. Adjustment 2. The prepaid advertising contract was
2,100.
from the first of the month and covers a 4-month period. Covers a 4-month period. Prepaid advertising of $8,400 covers 4-month period. 8,400 divided by 4 is 2,100. So I need to make this go up or down? Down. So I need a credit, correct? B, 2,100. The corresponding debit goes down to the advertising expense account, right? Because that's prepaid advertising. So my B, 2,100. Good? Everybody good? Okay. C, on the next page. Rent of $1,600 expired during the month. We don't have to do any math there, do we? I have prepaid rent of $19,200. We just used up $1,600 of it. So I need to credit to get it to go down. $1,600. My corresponding debit goes to rent expense. $1,600. Questions there?
So because it expired, that's why you're putting 1,600 in instead of...
It means we've used it up, yes. It doesn't say that our desired ending balance is 1,600, so I'm not having to calculate what the delta is, the change. So it just says you've used 1,600, expense it. So I did. D, depreciation is computed using the straight line method. The equipment has an estimated useful life of 10 years with no salvage value. Okay, here's the clue. The equipment was $21,600. How much accumulated depreciation do we have? None. This stuff is new. New, right? So what's the formula for straight line depreciation? Cost minus salvage divided by useful life. Are we calculating for a month or a year in this case? 1 month, correct? But it says that it's got a life of 10 years. So that's 10 years times 12 months. Okay? Cost is what? 21.6. Did it say we have a salvage value? No salvage value? Minus 0 divided by 120. What's our monthly depreciation? Someone with a calculator. $30.
$180.
Oh, 180. How did we get from 30 to 180? So my depreciation is accumulated depreciation, gets a credit, right, to reduce the balance of the asset over time. And my depreciation expense, remember, because we want a debit in the expense account, is the $180. Good? Is that all of the adjustments? Has anyone totaled these?
10,530.
Okay. My trial balance was in balance. My adjustments are in balance. So I've got a good shot at getting my adjusted trial balance to be in balance. Okay? Now what we do is we calculate our adjusted trial balance. We calculate across. 35.5 in cash, no adjustments, leaves us a balance of 35.5. 12.6 in accounts receivable, no adjustments. 12.6. Supplies, we already calculated 77.50 with a credit of 66.50, left us 1,100. Prepaid advertising, 84 with a credit of 21, leaves us what? 6,300. Prepaid rent, 19,200 with a credit of 1,600, leaves me what? 6. Equipment, 21.6, no adjustment, 21.6. Remember, the equipment never changes until we dispose of it. And a sale is a disposing of. If we throw it away, it's disposing of. Accumulated depreciation, 0 with a credit of 180, credit of 180, ending balance. Accounts payable, 15,550 with no adjustments, credit. Capital, 60,000, no adjustments. Draw, 7,000, no adjustments. Fees income, 47,600. Advertising expense, 0 with a debit of 2,100. Depreciation, debit of 180. Rent, debit of 1,600. Salary, debit of 9,700 with no adjustment. Supplies, 6,650. Utilities, 1,400. Someone do the math for me, please.
123, 330.
Questions so far? Am I going too fast? Yes. So since this is a trial balance, we know that all of our assets are up here. Our liabilities are here. Our owner's equity is here. Revenue. Expenses. Good? we can draw a line below draw and above fees income. Here's your income statement. There's your balance sheet. Everybody with me? Okay. What's the next part of the worksheet? What?
Income statement.
Income statement. Okay, which items go in the income statement? Everything down here. So I've got 47,600 credit to fees income. I've got 2,100 in advertising, 180 in depreciation, 1,600 in rent, salaries of 9,700, supplies of 6,650, utilities of 1,400, and can somebody total that up for me?
21,600.
21,600?
630.
Okay. Not going to underline it yet. I need colors. We'll use red. So after the income statement, you get the balance sheet. And all of your balance sheet items come across. 35,500 in cash, 12,600 in accounts receivable, 1,100 supplies, advertising of 6,300, rent of 17,600, equipment of 21,600, accumulated depreciation equipment 180, accounts payable 15,550, capital of 60,000, and draw of 7,000. Good. Is there a question? Yes, no, maybe? Okay. So I'm going to come down and total those. Can somebody help me out with those?
Under 1,700, the debit.
101?
For the debit
700,
side.
yeah. No, 700.
Oh, no, the credit side.
Credit side.
75, 730.
Thank you. That was just force of habit on my part. 75,730. Okay. Am I in balance on my income statement? No. Am I in balance on my balance sheet? No. There's a difference. What's my next step? Calculate the difference, right? And post it to the side that's lower to bring it up and show that the totals balance. So how much am I off on my balance sheet?
25,970.
Okay, I'm going to even write it in a different color. I'm short 25,970, and that will bring both sides to 101,700, 101,700. Write it on both sides, double underline it. Okay? How much am I short on my income statement? 25,970, and that gives me 47,600. 47,600, double underline it, but it doesn't fit. Okay? So I've made them balance. They're both off by what's the same amount, and what is that amount? Net income, correct? So are we good? Everybody's good with this so far? Okay. From here we go create our financial statements. Yes? You've done that enough, correct? We don't feel the need to do it again right now, do we? Or do we? Yes or no? No? We'll do it. I don't care. Okay, let's do closing. So we do our financial statements from this. Balance sheet, income statement, statement of owner's equity. Okay? What's the next step? We come take all of our adjustments and we post those to the general journal and to the general ledger. Yes?
Sorry, 2 seconds. For the balance sheet and income statement, you're going to want those written actually, not just on the end of the worksheet,
We
right?
just skipped them. Yeah, this is all just your worksheet.
Okay, so, but
Okay?
normally you would want...
You would
the
prepare
statements
these.
written.
Yeah. If I tell you to prepare it on the test, prepare it. If I tell you skip it, don't do it. Okay? Depends on what kind of mood I'm in when I write the test. So for now, we're skipping that step. We're pretending we've done it, and we're moving on. So the next step is you would post your adjustments to your general journal, your general ledger. Remember, take the shortcut, write adjusting entries at the top, A, B, C, D, bang, 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 move on. Okay? You don't need the full-blown description and all this other stuff. Just put adjustments, move on. Save yourself the trouble. Yes?
So would you prefer, we put the lenders to make it easier, would you prefer seeing that on the exam?
I like seeing the audit trail, yes, because you're going to need to learn the audit trail as you move forward. Okay? Questions on that? Good. Now we can play around a little bit. So we've done the adjustments, posted them to the general journal, posted them to the general ledger. What's the next step? Closing entries. So normally you would do this in the general journal, but I'm going to take a shortcut to show you visually what happens. Fair game? This is not how you do it, but this is a little visual, a different way for you to see it. So this is the end of our worksheet. Now I'm playing. We're going to do closing entries. Debit, credit. Okay? So what's our first? Oh, I need to add an account. I'm going to come up here and squeeze it right in here. Income summary. Okay? I'm going to just park it right there next to owner's capital. Fair? Okay. So what's our first entry to close?
Fee income.
Zero out fees income, right? It's got a $47,600 credit, so we're going to debit that. $4,700 or $47,600. Close trial balance, debit, credit. So 47.6, debit that. I'm going to post a credit to income summary. What's my balance going to be in fees income now? 0. It was 47.6 credit. I debit that. It goes to 0. So I'm going to write the 0 over here. That's 1. So I'm going to put A. What's the second one? 0 out your expense accounts. So I've got all these expenses here. They're all debit balances, so I would need to do what to them? Credit them. Credit to advertising expense, $2,100. Credit to depreciation expense of $180. Credit to rent expense of $1,600. Credit to salaries of $9,700. Credit to supplies, $6,650. Credit to utilities of $1,400. Yeah, I'm just doing one. Those are all my credits. If you add them up, what do they equal? 21,630. So I need a debit to go with it. I'm going to come back up to my income summary and put the B up here, 21,630. Now notice, it doesn't look like a trial balance because I've got a debit and a credit next to each other. Okay, it doesn't look like a worksheet because there's a debit and a credit adjustment. It's not. This is just me doing a visual representation. Okay? You will never do it this way in the real world. I just want you to see it all work, the mechanics. You would be posting these in the general journal. Everybody understand that? Okay, yes ma'am. Okay. So that's step 2. What's step 3?
Step 3?
Yes.
Zero out income summary.
Zero out the income summary account. The balance in your income summary account is $25,970, isn't it? I'm going to do it in a different color, so I'm showing that I'm zeroing it out. Oh, hang on. Before I move on to that, what are the balance in all of my expense accounts here?
Zero.
Debit, credit, debit, credit, debit, credit. They're all zero, right? Does anyone not understand that they're all zero? No hands? Okay. So all of your expense accounts are zero, all your revenue accounts are zero. I'm going to now zero out my income summary by posting a debit of $25,970. That's C, or 3. And my credit goes to capital, $25,970. So these two added together equals the 47,600. What's the balance in my income summary account now? Zero. Yes. Thank you. No. The credit for 47,600 is when we zeroed out revenue. The debit for 21,630 is the offset to all of these expenses, right? This minus that is net income. So I'm going to post all of those. I'm going to post the 25,970 to this account to bring its balance to zero. Okay? And the credit goes to the owner's capital account, thereby increasing capital because we have revenue. Good? Beginning capital plus net income, right? We have net income. If you have a credit balance, you have net income. Remember over here we have revenue bigger than expenses, so we have net income. So that's why it's a credit and it's increasing owner's capital. Good? Okay. That's step 3. Any more questions on step 3? Step 4. Close the draw account. The draw account is down here and it's got a 7,000 debit, so I need a credit for 7,000. Where's the offset to that? Where's the debit go? Owner's capital. So, once I close the drawing account, what's the balance in the drawing account? Zero. Okay. This becomes zero. What's the balance in my owner's capital account? 60,000 plus 25,970 minus 7,000. Everybody see that? Okay, what does that equal? 80, 70, 78, 970. Did I make any changes to the balance sheet accounts up here, the permanent accounts? No. So I can bring those balances over. 35, 5, 12, 6, 1,100, 6,300, 17,600, 21,600, 180, and 15,550 for accounts payable. Here's all your permanent accounts. Here's all your temporary accounts. So when you were done, if you were doing a post-closing trial balance, all you'd have are these permanent accounts up above, and you would come down here and show a total. And somebody just happened to know what those total. 0, 2, 3,
94, wait a second. 94,700?
Yeah, that's right.
95. 95,320 I got.
78, 9.
Anybody challenging my 95,320? Do I have a math challenge? You made me do math after 6 o'clock. It could be wrong.
Can't use the calculator.
94,700 is what I get.
94.7? Where did I get the 20 from?
It's the 180.
180.
Oh, it's the 180. I missed it.
Yeah, it shifted over, did you?
Yep, I botched it because I didn't line them up nice and neat. If I had lined paper, it would be a lot easier. So it was 94.7?
94,700, yeah.
Double underline. So you wouldn't see these accounts on it, but there's your post-closing trial balance. And that's the mechanics of what you just did in your closing entry. But you would make these in your general journal, post them to the general ledger, and you'd pull these balances from the general ledger as your final closed balances. Good? Question.
And that will go on the worksheet, right?
This goes on your post-closing trial balance.
Will go on the worksheet.
No.
Oh,
No.
Well, it's-
Remember I drew this line? This is a different,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
so the post-closing trial balance will be kind of its own statement?
Yes, it is. It's a separate piece of paper, and it's just a trial balance with a debit and credit column. There's no adjustments or anything like that. Okay? Other questions? Questions about any of the other homework? Does everybody understand this? Because if you can do that, you can take the test tonight. Should I hand it out? Yes? There's a question. She's stalling in the back.
No, so I'm going on because I'm looking at 6, and I see an income statement with an account number, and I couldn't figure out where they came up with it. But when you look at...
Tell me where you're looking so I can look.
Sorry, I'm looking at page 163.
Page 163. On page 163, I see a general journal and some general ledgers.
Right, so those ones, when I'm looking at the income statement, where...
There's no income statement here.
Income summary.
Oh, I'm sorry, income summary.
Oh, okay, now I understand. I'm sorry.
My eyes.
Income summary account, yes.
That's new, because never in the other examples did they have its own account number, so I didn't...
Right. So, and that's what we used here. It started with 0. We parked revenue and expenses in it, and then we zeroed it out and moved it to owner's capital.
You would create its own...
General ledger account, just like that. Yes. Yes,
I
absolutely.
didn't get it at first, I kept looking at it and then I got it.
And you're going to do that in the mini project too. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
Does the income summary account stay kind of invisible until this closing entry when you list it in the chart of accounts or anything? Is that why we've never seen it before? But
I-
it only comes out for this one little time.
Yeah, you're probably never going to see it until you do this.
And then it just disappears again until the next one.
Starts with 0, goes back to 0 very quickly, gone.
So it's not on
It's-
the trial balance.
It was all an illusion. You didn't see anything, nothing up my sleeve. Yeah. Yeah. But yes, you definitely need somewhere to park this stuff temporarily so that you can,
Like a
super temporary, yeah, as in several minutes. Yeah. Okay, other questions? If you're not going to ask questions, then I'm done. You guys can go home, work on your mini project. You can do the homework and prep for the test. But test Monday night. See you here, 6 o'clock. Lots of fun. Any more questions? More questions.
Do we need to bring anything for the test? Or?
Just like last time, I'm going to hand out what I believe is everything you'll need.
Okay.
Calculator, no phones, no book,
Pull in a calculator.
pencil, extra pencil.
Over anything after?
I will answer questions before the start of the exam, just like last time.
We don't need to bring our book, we're not going to take it.
I won't refer to the book at all. Everything in chapters 1 through 6 is fair game. Okay? You can turn that off.